2, 1. All right, all right. Welcome, welcome, everyone. I hope I'm not super loud on the stream. That's super awkward. If I am, turn your mics down or turn your sound down. But welcome, everyone. My name is Darlise Calix. I'm co-founder of CreateHER Fest. This is my co-founder, Adrienne, who will introduce herself as well. But welcome to Dialed In, a WebXR / voice API workshop. I'm really excited to have you all here. And for anyone who's, can you go to the next slide actually? For anyone who's unfamiliar with us and CreateHER Fest in general, CreateHER Fest is an organization geared towards upskilling women and underrepresented groups within emerging technology. So think AI, think blockchain, think AR and VR. And so we host a lot of workshops, both in person and online. We also tend to show up at a lot of conferences, big events as well, creating safe spaces for women to kind of gather in emerging technology. So it never really feels like you're alone. So we're really excited to have you all here. We do also host a lot of hackathons, online programming. What else? Oh, hold on, I gotta move over to the side, and so do you. There we go. Nice, okay. But yeah, our tagline is discover, design, and deliver. And so what our tagline basically kind of walks you through is kind of being curious about technology as a whole, whether you're a developer, whether you're a designer, whether you're an analyst, whether you're a manager, there's a place for you within this industry, and there's space for you to be creative, because I do believe that technologists are also creatives, and creatives are also technologists as well. And so going from discover to design, shaping those ideas into solutions, whether it be real world solutions in terms of what it looks like for businesses, but also what it looks like for community as well, bringing emerging technology into the community. And then delivering those solutions. So getting out of the fear of launching something and just doing the thing, whether you have to do it scared or not. But at least with CreateHER Fest, you will always have someone to do it with. So that's why we do CreateHER Fest. Next slide. All right, so how to stay connected with us. If you want to scan this QR code, and if you are also attending the live stream, you can scan this QR code to stay up to date. We do have a newsletter. Every week we'll send resources, events, scholarship opportunities. If conferences are super expensive, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, not everybody has $600 to go spend on no Afrotech, and I understand. And so we work with a lot of partners and a lot of organizations who do believe in our mission to be able to provide resources. And when we do events like these, we offer them largely for free. Like, nobody charges you for this, and if it's from CreateHER Fest specifically, we will never charge you for this, because we do believe that resources like this should be free. And life is hard enough. Getting into the tech industry is hard enough. Staying within the tech industry is already hard enough. So we don't want to add the additional burden of cost to that. So with that said, I want to thank our partners, our sponsor, Vonage, for partnering with us on this, what was technically a roadshow. We were doing 5 cities. We started off in Miami, went to Atlanta, then we went to Durham, then we went to DC, and now we're in New York. Shout out to New York. I'm from Miami though, so anyway. But shout out to Vonage for partnering with us on this, what is an amazing journey, and we hope to do more of this in the future. Awesome. And these are our prereqs, which most of you have already done. And then if you are on our live stream, go ahead and do these prereqs. We'll give you a lot of time to set up, but we'll also kind of walk you through setup, especially for anyone here in person who's still like, what is happening and why do I need to do this? We'll walk you through that as well. Okay, well, I'd love to pass it on over to Fabrik if they want to say a little bit of something about themselves. Fabrik is the space that we're in right now, and yeah.
Hey y'all, for those of you who are new, this is called Fabrik. We have one location here, we have another in Dumbo. And it is a social co-working third space. So during the day, we have folks that come in here, they sit and they work, they also socialize, there are rooms that you can book as a member. And then in the evenings, we have events like these. Some are ticketed, some are free. So if you're interested in learning more about Fabrik, just come talk to me. I'll talk you through all the different membership tiers and whatnot. So yeah, welcome to the space. Pass it back to, or pass it to Marlena. Yeah. You have a question?
And you guys usually give a free week, right?
We do, yeah, we do trial weeks. So if you're interested in trying out both locations for a week, then I can also get you a trial ticket. Thank you.
Awesome.
Thanks so much, and I'm so glad that we can partner with you guys. And I also want to give a shout out to another one of our community partners, the Diamond Resilience. The Diamond Resilience is a mission-driven organization centered around workforce innovation and digital commerce. Though its organization, the Diamond Resilience, through its organization, Diamond Resilience, will help professionals build independent, sustainable careers, businesses in Web3, XR, and gaming for the creator economy. And we actually have them partnering with us in our Discord as well. So if you guys have any questions, even live while you're doing the workshop, you can jump into our community Discord. You'll find Marlena, the founder, in there. She's a phenomenal developer, and she'll be able to help you out while we're going. All right? And I'm going to pass it on to Dwane to kick us off.
Are we doing the sign-up thing?
Yeah.
So we're doing the sign-up thing?
Yeah, we're going to do that.
So, okay, so before I guess we get into it, we're going to have people like walk through the sign-up flow. So, all right, let me see. That's this one. Well, not like because we still got to do the this one here. Okay, so to sign up for the Vonage account, you're going to need to go to this first URL. I believe, folks, I am sharing screen. Like that's yeah. So you're going to go to the first. Well, then wait, but wait, which one were you sharing? Because I was sharing. Wait, what? Is it not sharing?
Yeah, it's not.
It says Riverside is sharing a window though. It says it there.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not.
There you go.
Oh, I probably need to do the whole thing. Let me see something. Let me see here. Oh, sorry. Let me, crap. What? Okay, hold on. The entire screen. Let me do this one here. All right. So, okay, so the folks online, because the folks here already went to the first one, and everybody has an account, right? We're good? Everybody has, like, credentials and everything, and everybody used the coupon code already, right? All right, so the folks online, let me see. Okay, I have to look at here. All right, so we're going to go to this web, nope. Oh, this is great. Let me see here. All right, so you're going to go to this website here, right? And that's going to look like, I don't like this thing. Okay, yes. That's good. Chrome. Nope, all right. Let me minimize this. Oh, nope. Okay, cool. And it was vonage.dev/ the caps, here you go, CHFNYC. So you go to there, and then you're gonna see a page that looks like this. All right, and so since it's your first time, you're gonna want to sign up. All right, so you click sign up, and then it's gonna take you to a page. Oh, I'm already signed in. That's okay, that's great. Hold on. I gotta do this in an incognito window. Incognito. All right, so when you go to vonage.dev CHF NYC, for this, you click sign up. And then you're going to want to put in your email, first name, last name, password, confirm the password, country code, and your phone number. Use like an actual phone number, not like Google Voice or anything. So, because our security team is very funny about that stuff. So, you know, use your real information. Then two-factor, you can do like SMS. And then you just confirm that. And then it's going to take you through a series of like verification. So it'll send you like an email address, send an email to your email address to verify that. And then once you do that, then there's going to be like a phone verification. Don't do any pass keys or anything like that. Let's just try to keep it as straightforward as possible. It's not to get too fancy. And then it's going to ask you, like, make sure you use USD if you're in America, because the coupon code is only USD. So if you don't do USD and do euros, it's going to mess you up. So just do USD because the coupon code is USD. What else? What are some issues people had when they signed up? Because what else? There's the. It's been a minute since I've signed up. And then what else? Yeah, it's just going to ask you to verify, and then it'll ask you once you're in there if you're a developer, just say yes, because speak into existence and all that. When it asks you what do you want to build, you can just say stuff, Literally doesn't matter. If you want to do whatever, like language, we're doing Node.js, so you can select that, but again, it doesn't really matter. And then it'll ask you, like, do you want to do SMS, video, voice? We do a bunch of stuff at Vonage. I probably should say what we do at Vonage. But just select one. Again, it doesn't really matter. It's just going to show you everything. It's just so that you're able to sign up for an account. And then when, see, I don't want to, OK, I think I can show my account, because I don't think it'll be anything too, it's my personal one, so it should probably be fine. Yeah, we'll see what happens with that. All right, where'd it go? Nope, that's not what I'm looking for. Here. So now when you should have the coupon code, this is for people online, people here already code. The way where you apply that is going to be under billing. Billing. Wait, why is that not? Oh, wait, I have to do it on here. So you go to billing, and then you're going to go to coupons, add the coupon code there, which I don't know if I can say that online. You should have gotten it. I'm pretty sure I can't. Right, Ben? Yeah, I'm pretty sure we can't do that. I'm looking at Ben, so I want to make sure I don't do anything messed up. So I'm pretty sure I can't do it. But you should have, whether in the Discord or in the email, the numerous emails that they sent y'all, you should have the coupon code. If not, somebody.
You could say we just can't write it like in the video description.
Oh, but I mean, you can just watch the video. That's like the same thing. It's fine. So if you're in the Discord, somebody's in the Discord, right? I'm assuming. Yeah. So just ask in the Discord if you don't have the coupon code. That's probably the best, safest way. Yeah, and you put that in there, and you'll get like 17. It'll go from $2 to $17.
Why didn't I have just ordered this company too long? We've had so much fraud attacks.
So they're very, very.
And then like hundreds of thousands of dollars later, the company's like, what happened?
Yeah. So yeah, there's that. So yeah, so that's pretty much that. And then I guess. So yeah, do that, and I guess while you're. So do you want to do the setting up the GitHub code space now, or do you want to wait for people to try and sign on online and then?
Let's give everyone, just give us a thumbs up if you've already done it, and then give us like a.
Yeah, everybody here should be good. I think we walked everybody through here, so everybody here should be good. It's the online folks. So I guess in the chat or have you, let us know how that's going for you. And I guess give them a few minutes. And then, so do we want to take it off of me or? No, that's okay. Oh, that's good.
Okay, why don't you talk about your favorite thing about, like, why did you decide to do WebXR?
Oh no, I think it's cool because, like, all right, so we're going to be doing a demo later, but so I have my Galaxy XR headset. So this right now is the only device that supports Android XR. And the framework that we're going to is a JavaScript framework, but built on top of Android XR. So it allows developers to be able to create WebXR experiences. So you don't necessarily have to create an Android app. So now you're able to just do it through the browser. And but what's cool is that there's other models coming as big as this, but are going to be like the size of my glasses. And so I think, like, because this is going to be like the largest it's ever going to be. And I think it's a good time to kind of like jump in and start creating and let as many people be able to create, because the web is a big place, you know what I'm saying? Everybody can have a space on there. And start being able to create WebXR experiences and kind of just, you know, make things. So I'm here to kind of show folks, introduce people to the framework. And since I'm working for Vonage, I got to shoehorn Vonage in somehow. And so we're going to answer phone calls in WebXR. And so that's the plan for today. And so we're going to keep talking till we make sure everyone online has signed up properly, hopefully. So anybody have any questions? So how many people have actually, how many coders do we have here? Like, all right, what do you code in? Like Python? Oh, damn, okay. Serious. Okay, you're a real one. All right, and then, damn, okay, so we got 2 real ones. All right, nice, very nice, OGs. People do like vibe coding. A lot of vibe coders, nice. What do you all like to use for vibe coding? Lovable. Lovable's dope. Oh, Lovable, all right. Claude? Nice. I'm a Google fanboy, so I Gemini all the way. That's just me. What about you? Lovable, all right, very nice. What kind of stuff? what can top secret stuff, but like what kind of stuff do you all make?
I was curious about making like a MySpace clone, so I used to
Oh,
look into that.
oh, nice. Okay. So, so you have like your top 8 and everything and all that stuff.
Yeah, well, it's slightly different because I was like playing around with the branding, but it's cool.
All right. So how'd you find that experience? Was it?
It was fun. I think like as a developer, it was like a lot of like me. Okay, I see why I did that.
Okay.
So that was pretty cool.
Yeah, it's a cool thing. With like if you're like learning how to code, you can kind of see what the AI spit out, and then kind of see if it makes sense to you, so you can kind of understand. Because when I learned, I was just looking at the source code of different websites, and so I was just thing, and so that was cool. So yeah, so this is kind of like a thing where you can build something that you want, and then kind of understand it, kind of go back and forth. So what kind of stuff do you build with Lovable?
One of the things that I built with Lovable was a permit navigation app for small business owners to kind of help them navigate the permit approval process.
There's a lot of permits, because it seems like a lot of permits here.
Like a big issue right now with like getting approved on time, and a lot of business owners have been paying their rent for months, and they're not able to open the business to actually make money. So this is kind of to pre-plan or pre-plan their launch, and to find the best location that would give them the, I guess, the greatest chance of getting approved in a timely manner before they actually commit to a location.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And you did all that in Lovable.
Yeah.
Wow. Like I don't know, cat websites or something, but yeah, that's damn. Okay, that's a lot. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right, and then what kind of stuff were you making?
Well, I built my portfolio in it.
Oh, nice.
And I also
Portfolio for what? What do you do?
I'm a content designer.
Oh, you're what kind of designer? What does that mean?
Like I basically design the words and information architecture on a product.
Wow, that sounds fancy. Okay.
Yeah. UX designer, it's basically the same thing, but I just look at content and words.
Huh. Okay, that's cool. Nice. So how'd you find building with Lovable? This is not a Lovable ad. I'm just filling time here. So.
Like in my past company, we were like playing around with different vibe coding tools, like for our actual work, and then I found that Lovable was just a lot more intuitive and easier for me. So I just stuck with it.
Nice, nice. And then what kind of stuff were you building? Did you say?
Well, I'm still trying to build it actually. I'm a marketer by day.
Okay.
So I have a client who she's like a personal development coach.
Okay.
And she has a framework where it's like astrology based.
Oh.
Different. So she does shamanic astrology where she has.
So what kind of astrology?
Shamanic.
Oh, I thought you said demonic. I was like, oh, that'd be. I was like, oh, you might want to let my client go, because okay.
Yeah. But basically, like the way it works is her framework says if you have what she calls a creation team, it's 8 different archetypes. So it's like Jung, like work, kind of like psychology, like astrology. And so I'm building.
Psychology. No, I'm sorry.
Yeah, almost. Literally, like I just have 7. I have 7 out of the 8 archetypes. 7 work perfectly, and 1 is like giving me a problem. But this is an app where you can just put in your birth date, your name, and your time, and it spits out the creation.
Oh wow.
Like,
Okay.
Top of the funnel. I'm trying to build her like a top of the funnel.
Nice. And that's in Lovable also. Claude.
I use a bit of like a PRD and Gemini. I did,
Oh wow.
some of the organization and chat, and then I built in Claude.
Nice. Damn. Okay. All right. Cool. 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 What about anybody else? Building stuff cool or? I don't even know if people online can hear these people.
I wonder if they can hear you.
I don't know. So it's fine.
We did have a question in the chat.
Yeah. What's up?
Really quickly, they clicked SMS when they were going through. They're wondering if that's okay.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter? Okay, great.
Yeah, because there's like SMS, voice, video. It doesn't matter.
Okay, great.
Yeah, it's just, you can just kind of like slide through that.
Other than that, they're okay.
Okay, cool. All right. I don't know. All right. I don't know. Okay. All right. Cool. So then, okay. Let me. Okay. So I guess because I'm gonna switch over to here, that I have this thing loaded already. Hopefully this is working. And that's not what I was looking for. Where do I have this thing? It is. All right. Cool.
All right, and everyone else is good with their accounts, right?
Yeah, I think everybody here is good with the accounts. Whether, you know.
Accounts that are trying to help get set up.
Okay. Yeah, don't do passkeys. Yeah, it's a new thing. I don't even trust it. It's fine. Just, yeah. Yo, okay, yeah, that is working.
I think that
I think we're ready.
you can kind of keep going.
Yeah, so okay, so before we go into the demo, there's so we're gonna be using GitHub code spaces. I probably should ask. I asked before. People online have GitHub accounts. Okay, so there's that. So we're gonna be using GitHub code spaces. It's like an online IDE, so everything we're gonna be doing is in the browser. So you don't have to worry about like what's on your machine if you have certain things installed or whatever. Everybody starts at the same place, same, and it's all in the browser. All right, so you just go ahead and go to that second URL. So there's this my name.in, well, DWANE, no Y or I or U, nothing extra. Just my parents were very like utilitarian, so it's just Dwane.in slash, and you don't have the rules, but CHF for Create Her Fest, New York City, where we're at, and work, short for workshop. I'm just making that up, so work. And so that's going to pull up something that looks like, wrong one, here we go. Where am I at? How do I, okay, escape, I think. There we go. And so this, go and pull up something that looks like this. Oh, by the way, use Chrome. Don't use anything else. I don't even know why there's anything else, joking. But Chrome, so that everybody's starting at the same place, let's use Chrome. And Firefox, I don't know, I never even really tried it with it, so. All right, so now you should see something that looks like that. All right, so just right, give me a thumbs up if you're there. You're not there yet. Okay. And yeah, you're just going to want to click Create Code Space. Where's the mouse? Where's the mouse? There we go. And yeah, just click Create. It's going to spin up like a whole environment for you. And so while we do that, it takes like 3 minutes. We're going to actually do a demo of what we'll be building today. All right? So I figured it'd be good to show you what we'll be building so that you can kind of get a taste for, so you kind of understand like what's happening with it here. All right, cool. Oh, look like it's already. So do you want to demonstrate? All right, cool. So go ahead and just put that on.
Yeah, make it big for my big old head. Sorry, y'all.
All right, and it should turn on. Yeah, there you go. All right, cool. So you can see what she's seeing right now. All right. Now, so again, this is basically a website. Going to do a web application. So that's just Chrome loaded up right there, and to go into the website. And then the way you select things is you pinch. And so you can kind of see where you're pinching. There's like a dot there. And hopefully, try refreshing just in case, because things might have went to sleep.
This is a web, yeah, the web.
Yeah. All right. Cool. Now try and go ahead and, yeah, so go ahead and just let the fun begin. Oh, there you go. All right. So now it's using your microphone because you're going to be making, answering a phone call. So go ahead and pinch your fingers. Hopefully it's working.
All right.
There you go. And so you can see it's bouncing, I guess, off me.
Did you
So
guys see the collision? I always like to show this part.
yes. Well, how about we try a table instead of me? All right. So yeah. So it'll kind of bounce off of tables, chairs. So it's actually making like a 3D map of the area. And this is just framework we're going to be using. So it's kind of cool. And so it does a lot of the heavy lifting for you. So it builds into Android XR, and it gives you a lot of stuff. And it's also, I don't know if people are familiar with 3JS. It's like a really cool 3D graphics and things on the internet. And so, again, so since this is a Vonage workshop, answer a phone call in WebXR. And we're going to demonstrate that now, hopefully. And so I'm going to call the number. It says, please wait while we connect you. And it might, there you go. And so there, a screen will pop up. Now notice there's two different options. There's an answer and a reject. All right, so that's important for later. And so go ahead and answer. All right, cool. And so now you see it kind of changed. So you still have the little status thing there. And you can see it as I'm speaking, little voice, the little floating orb says what I say. And then notice how it says call answered, and then there's only a hang up button now. Before those two buttons, now there's only one because you're already on the call, right? And then if you're already, let's say you're in a coffee shop or something and you can't speak, and you want to just say something in the call, we have some quick replies there. So you go ahead and click one of those.
In a meeting, I'll call you back.
All right, so, and then there's another one, talk later, or yeah, 5 minutes or.
Can't talk right now. I'll talk later. Can't talk right now. I'll talk later.
And then there's another, so yeah, and so you can talk, like you can actually say stuff and it'll come through. So say something.
Something.
Yeah, so it's coming through on the phone. And now let's say if you wanted, let's say you do want to talk, but you can't actually physically talk right now in a public place. There's a keyboard that you can select. So if you can just, well, yeah, try to see if you can move it out of the way, because sometimes it gets behind other panels and stuff. Yeah.
I'm gonna move this one first.
And then you have to really be on top of like the letter.
Yeah.
I just thought it was funny. Every time you press it, the balls just dripped out. So I didn't user gestures or what have you, hand gestures. But I just thought it was funny that every time you pressed your fingers, the ball would jump out. So kind of see what is typed. So under talk via text, it's right there, and then you can either hit the enter button.
I just entered.
I think it said something. I'm not sure.
Yeah. It said
Oh,
hi
okay.
up.
And then you can also type in something and press the send button that's next to the keyboard right there. So that is basically the demo of what we're going to be building today. And the little floating sphere like follows you. Like if you like go to the left or right of it, like which is kind of creepy. I like it. And yeah. So that's that. And hopefully everyone. Oh, I didn't even do it on my end here. So hopefully everyone kind of see what we're going to be building. And so just when we're doing the coding stuff, basically. And then you can like hang up if you want. Just go ahead and. I didn't record this at all. Yeah, that's fine. All right, there you go. And that's what we'll be building today. All right, cool. And okay. Oh crap. Okay. Yeah. No, like I'm gonna have to switch over. I do so many code spaces. There's like a limit on the number of code spaces you can do, and I've reached that today. So, but I can just go ahead. Okay. Oh yeah. This one is running here, so I'll just open this one here. All right, cool. All right, cool. Well, thank you very much. So yeah, that's what we got going on. All right, I'm going to switch over to this computer here. So how's everybody's? Yeah. So trust the folder. So trust folder. There should be like a pop-up or something asking you to trust it. I know we just met each other, but you can trust it. Let me see here. All right, let me go. Okay, I'm gonna plug this one in. Okay. And then I guess I got to share here. Could find the right one. Is this one? Yeah, this one. All right, share. Okay, oh, good. That's the one we want to share. Great. Let's go entire screen. This one, share. All right, so we're good. Cool. All right, so now what we're going to do is, so technically and hopefully, everybody has something that looks like this. Thumbs up. All right, cool. So go ahead, like I said, trust folder and continue. All right, so it's going to build a whole bunch of stuff there. And you should have instructions here to the right. Right? And then, oh, okay, let's allow that. And then we're going to have the actual code here to the left of the instructions. And then here's like your file list, all the different files. Because it should have opened the files we're going to be using here at the top. So if not, they're here on the side. So you don't have to worry about that. And then down here, let me hide this. It'll say enter your API key. All right? Now, at least here, I told folks about where you can find your API key, right? So you're going to put that here in your API key. So go to where you have it. I'm going to hide this because I don't want to share that with y'all. And so we're going to look at that. OK. And so where do I have that? So you're going to put in your API key. And once you have the API key, you're going to put in, am I using that one? I'm going to use another one. Where do I have that? Where did I put my other API key? I had that somewhere around here. I have way too many things open here. Shouldn't it be here? Come on. Oh, never mind. I know what I did with it. OK. Let me see. Damn, that's loud. All right. OK, so hopefully everyone is putting in their key in secret. And as the name denotes, it's secret. Don't let anybody know about it. Let me put that here.
Someone asked, is the API key the same as the API secret?
Nope. So the API key, if you, I think I can go to dashboard. Yes. Dashboard, right? If you go to API settings, oh, got a network error. That's all. Oh, it logged me out. Oh, that's awesome. OK, give me a second here. But yeah, if you go to API settings, OK. If you go to API settings, then it will show you in like a little box API key. You can copy that. And then hopefully you took note of the secrets when you signed up. Otherwise, you can always create another secret. You get 2 of them, and you'll be able to just use that. Sign in here. Oh, and then for a name, I got to put in an authentication code. For a name, just put whatever, I don't know, stuff.
We do have one question in the chat.
Yes.
How do we prompt over? I need to enter my secret in the right field. I thought that was the first question.
OK, so let me see here. So what you can do is, so let's say if you accidentally, so I'm going to kind of restart it. All right. Well, I mean, it's a website. You can just refresh it, refresh the page. You're not going to break anything. So yeah, you can just refresh the page. And it should, otherwise you have to like stop it. There's a command to stop it, like Control-C. But I don't know if you're on a Mac or whatever, but normally it's Control-C. And then you'd have to go up a level. Just refresh the page, you'll probably be fine. Let us know if the refresh works. If not, then I'm sure we could probably work out something. All right, I got my API key and stuff. Oh yeah, you're asking about where to find it. Did it sign me in? It signed me in. All right, cool. So, all right, so again, you just want to go to API settings. And then under, see API key here. Easiest, it's everything that's in between the parentheses, but you can just hit copy, and it'll copy it. And then you can only see your secret once. So if you didn't catch it, you should, if you're new, you should only one. Otherwise, just delete whatever like the newest one is, and then just create a new one, and make sure to copy that somewhere. All right? All right, good. All right, hold on, let me just put that in here. Oh, is everybody at the place where it's asking you if you want to purchase a phone number? Just type in Y for yes. So yeah, did you put like, my bad. So wait, where's everyone at? You put in the API key, right? Yeah. Cool, then it should ask you about creating a name for the application. Put stuff, whatever. Then hit enter, and they'll ask you about a phone number if you want to purchase a phone number. Just put Y for yes. Then it's going to ask you for a country code. And let's put U. All right? So let me catch you up. I'm going to put this thing in here. Is that the, that is it. Okay, awesome. Oh, hit refresh. Just hit refresh. Let's refresh the page. It should just like start back over. So just give that a second. All right. What am I doing? Okay. All right, put that into here. Try hit enter. Is that right? Yes, right. And then the name, I don't know, CHF NYC demo. All right, create an application. Do I have it? Yeah, I don't think you can see my other stuff. Let me move this down a little bit.
Kimmy says I refreshed and it started with it already in there with the same, like, wrong info.
Oh, see if you can just hit backspace to delete it. Maybe they didn't hit enter. Yeah, because if it did, probably, yeah, they probably backspace or something to delete it.
So her browser's actually remembering it. It's not like
Let me see.
that's a better way to hard refresh.
Oh, you already went past it. Oh, okay. Then yeah, you're gonna have to then.
Command control.
Well, you should have. Well, controls. It depends on your thing. I'm not sure because Mac is like, I think it's Control C. Yeah. Try Control C, and then you'll have to. Okay, so CD.
Because I'm in the Perplexity browser, it defaulted to the Perplexity browser when I
Command control.
Oh, I'm
I
not.
meant to open it here, but it went to Perplexity instead.
I don't even know how that works.
That's your default browser.
Yeah.
But for here,
Well, wait, because well, I mean, it looks like it worked, I guess. I don't know. Hold on.
try command control C.
Well, no, like it's out. I just need to. Why is that not letting me?
Change directory.
I tried
Yeah.
that too.
Why is that? That's weird. Yeah. I don't know. You said this is a Perplexity browser.
Yeah, let me just get out of this and then.
Yeah, like if you go to your slash code spaces, it should be running. So go to your Chrome. Well, no, you should because it's already running. So it's already running. So just go to Chrome.
It's running in Perplexity.
Oh no, but like go to Chrome and open it in Chrome. So just go to github.com.
Yeah.
Open a tab. Just open a new tab. github.com/code spaces. All right, and then yeah. So go ahead and click that now. No, nope. The open. Nope. Yeah. Okay. So then that should just hopefully start you. Okay, it should. Yeah, just trust and continue.
So she would have just been entering her variable.
It saved everything in the terminal.
Oh no, right there. It's enter your API key.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Okay, so I think everybody's. Well, she's on her way. You're good.
I think so.
Yeah, because it has like a URL or something, right?
Looking for a number now.
Oh, it's still looking for a number. Should have done that pretty quickly. Oh no, yeah, you're good. Yeah, so yeah, you're good.
Okay, perfect.
How are you doing? Yep, you're good to go. Are y'all following along or?
Not locked out my account.
Which account?
Well, actually, no. We started working backwards. Adrian helped me, but I'm downloading.
that her number there?
Okay. But
It's her real number.
yeah. But were you able to get past that, or could I have temporary credentials? Okay, so okay, I can get you some temporary credentials then.
Cool. Yeah.
Okay, laptop is
Yeah.
gonna go to this thing real quick. All right. So all right. Now these are going to explode at the end of this, so like you have to try and like figure out what's happening with your account. It was
Probably it's because she's already in. Yeah.
okay. So that's your API key and that's your secret. So you're gonna put that. Well, that first one there, and under API key, and then when it asks you for your secret, well, yeah, trust. Nope, go back to that. Don't worry about that. Trust folder and continue. Cool, and then right there, you put your API key there. And try to make that bigger for me. That's kind of cramped for me. There you go. Yeah, so paste that there. Oh, it's asking you to allow it.
So that paste here?
Yeah, just paste.
Oh, right there.
It's asking you to allow it, yeah. There, hit enter. Cool, and then put the secret in there.
Thank you.
No problem.
To directory for her. And
Like, okay,
let
hold
her
on, wait,
restart
what
her
happened?
terminal.
Like, where are we at? Oh, she tried.
She
Something
got
like,
all the way through,
something
but
Oh,
there
that's
was something
awesome.
off.
with the API. It said that it didn't. I think it either.
Yeah, you put
didn't
your,
match the,
yeah, no, you put the secret for the API key.
Okay.
yeah.
Hit refresh. Let me see something.
Yeah, I did that. Cached it. It cached her terminal.
Well, no, because what happens, the script, the setup script, it checks to see if there's a .env. There is no .env because it broke, and so it should
So you could just
ask,
run it again.
don't worry about this. Like it should technically just ask you, what happened here? Wait, somebody, what? I don't know what this, what? Wait, how'd you, wait, what? Wait, look like, how many times did you CD?
No, just once. Because I read that. We just need to move back into the project.
Hold on. Yeah, no, because like you're all the way back. Like I'm not sure, because you just need to go back one. I don't know how to fix that.
Wait.
Yeah, we're just going to let's create another one. So we're just going to go, let me github.com/ code spaces. All right, we're just going to stop this one here. Wait, no, she has credentials. Wait,
Temporary
her?
ones? Yeah.
Yeah, she has them. She entered them. We're just going to go and start a new one. Actually, that over. All right, cool. Let's let that start up. And so yeah, so just make sure you put in your API key first, and then the secret. You know where your API key is, right? That's the secret.
I think that's probably what I did. I did it.
Yeah, scroll up. That's your key. So just hit copy there, and then put that in there. No problem. Yeah, don't worry about that. There, you delete that. Sorry, go to. Let me see. Browser. Let's go ahead. Nope, simple browser. Third tab. Yeah. So you put in a name. So put in a name. Stuff. Just put something in.
Yeah. But I.
And you gave her.
Cool. Yeah. So you want to buy number Y, US.
I thought that it should.
Cool. And then it's going to go purchase it, and it's going to show you a URL once it's done. So there, you're good to go. So, all right. Did you get it worked out? Yeah, literally put it whatever. It doesn't matter. And then Y for yes for number. All right, and then US. Cool. Yeah, enter. All right, so it's going to look for a number. It's going to purchase a number. It's going to attach it to your application, and then it's going to set everything up, and you'll have a URL that should pop up. So you're good to go. Do you have application ready? All right, cool. All right. You got application ready, right? Oh, yeah. Cool, good. All right, cool. All right. Okay, so, oh yeah. All right, so yeah, so folks should see, all right, do you want to buy a number? You're going to say yes, hit Y, enter. Then you want to do US if you're in the US, but everybody here is in the US because that'd be weird if you weren't in the US. US, so it's going to look for a number, it's going to purchase a number, it's going to attach the number to your application, it's going to set up a bunch of different webhooks, all the things behind the scenes so you don't have to do it manually, and then you should see application ready. All right? Oh yeah, okay, yeah. All right, give me a thumbs up if you've got application ready. Cool, so now what you can do is you can go ahead and click that link. So it says like control click there, so whatever it tells you, open that up, and then you want to access it. It's like a warning here. All right, so you should see something like this. And then we want to just allow the microphone. All right, and everybody should be in a cabin in the woods. Yeah. All right, you should be in a cabin in the woods. And then when you click your mouse, you got balls. Who's got balls? All right. All right, you got balls. Everybody got balls? Everybody got balls? Cool, cool, cool. Okay. All right, cool. So yeah, so that's just the base demo. So that's where we are. All right, so let's go back to the actual code space now. All right, so I'm gonna kind of like navigate you through everything before. We're not gonna be using the chat, so if you want to kind of have more space, you can just like move that over if you need more space. All right, and so everybody has the instructions here to the right. We have the code here to the left. We have the code explorer, the file explorer here, and we have the terminal here at the bottom, right? Everybody's good with that? All right, cool. Now, the way we're gonna navigate, there's buttons here at the bottom. All right, so there's create an account. We did that, so here it is. Make sure you use the coupon code, because everybody here has used the coupon code, so make sure that you use the coupon code. All right, cool, and then we set up the application. That's basically what we did in the terminal. All right, so again, if you go through this again, this is what that is. So yeah, there's all that. Everybody has the application ready. We open the tab, and everybody got balls. Great. Now, we're going to actually get into some coding stuff here, all right? Developers that we are, we're just going to copy and paste because we're real developers. So we're going to do a whole lot of copy and pasting, all right? And I'm going to go through the code so that hopefully like it makes sense. If you have any questions, just let me know. All right, so we're going to start with the client SDK. Now we're going to use the Vonage client SDK that allows your application to be able to communicate with Vonage. All right, so we're going to be able to do a bunch of stuff, pass things through. And so to do that, click Add Client SDK. All right, and so now we're going to go through this, but let me show you all the actual framework. So it's called XR blocks, and I have a link here. So I have links to a bunch of different resources, so you can check out more information. And so if you open that, so this is XR blocks, all right? And then, so here it is. It's pretty cool. Like I mentioned, it has the Galaxy XR, which is the headset that we just looked at, and Project Aura are like the glasses framework. So it's basically like the headset, but like in glasses format. They actually have like, what do you call it? Like you can like pre-order it. You can put some money, reservations. You can like put some money down, and there's, so there's that. We're going to play around if we have time with this XR Blocks gem. It's a Google gem that you, through natural language, you can create your own like WebXR experience. All right, so we're going to look at that. And then again, you know, create for immersive web, so you can do all sorts of cool stuff with that. Here's and a lot of cool stuff. Here's the ball pit. So this is what we have. It's just a basic starter template. And all right, so you can do a lot of cool stuff. They also have different, the docs are pretty good. The templates are like starting points, and they have different demos. And so like the one we just did was the ball pit, so you can see that here, ball pit. But then you can just import different models in there. So you can do a lot of cool stuff. Now, you remember the orb that we had? So that is an add-on, but so yeah, here's the lip sync puppet. So here's the orb, right? So it's just an add-on. But they also had this thing that they showed me. This is kind of creepy. I don't know how y'all feel about this. But there's like this, this here. So if you want something a little bit more realistic, you can do all sorts of stuff. And so you can make it like, it's, yeah, it's kind of, So yeah, good luck with your nightmares there. So, but yeah, you can do all sorts of cool stuff. So and then you can just view the code, and it will kind of like show you more about it. So yeah, so there's that. So that's XR Blocks. Feel free to check out more of it after the workshop. All right, so now, like I mentioned, we're going to add the client SDK to our application, all right? And so we're using, yes, sir?
Can you animate those blocks? You have, I don't know, you have that really scary model
Yeah.
guy.
Oh, you want to make like,
Blocks that you can then use the code to animate them?
yeah. Pressing these, yeah, you'll be able to actually like set that up so it does it automatically. And so it's, yes, that's so weird. All right, cool. So, yeah. All right, so we're going to add the client SDK. All right, Vonage can communicate with our application. So you're going to take this code here, the script tag. You're going to copy that. And if you notice where the Vonage client SDK, the placeholder, you'll see that here in the code. All right, so I have the placeholder, then I have the code. So you can look in the code to where you see the placeholder where you want to put the code. All right, so you'll find load the Vonage client SDK like on line 11. All right, and then you're just going to paste that there. All right, is what's called a content delivery network, a CDN, a place that holds our code for us that we can just use a URL to our application. You can also do like npm install and all that stuff, but we're just going to do an actual just a CDN link. All right. So, and if you wanted to, you can like save, like Control S or whatever, and it'll kind of like format it. All right. So everybody's kind of, so everybody got, so the script tag, right, or from the instructions, and then found the same placeholder, the load the Vonage client SDK. You paste it below that placeholder. Everybody good? Thumbs up if it kind of looks like this. You have the code underneath it, right? You look, what's up? No, it doesn't matter, but just, yeah, if you it's that. So, so like on line 11, no, well, now it's 9. So if you look on, like, do you see the?
Yeah, I just completely erased that line.
Well, it doesn't matter. Just go ahead and just put it.
But I still have it.
Okay, so it's there. As long as you have the code there. All right. Everybody got that? We're good. Cool, I think. All right. Cool. So then, so that's all you need for the HTML part. All right. So we just link to the Vonage client SDK, so that we'll be able to make calls to Vonage and be able to communicate. All right. That's literally it. That's all you need to do. Yeah. All right. Then next, we're going to create the Vonage call panel. All right. So now the call panel was the thing when the incoming call came in. Got a question? Oh, you're just waving. All right. All right. Remember in the demo when the incoming call came in, the thing came up, it said like incoming call from a phone number and had the 2 choices? Well, all is the Vonage call panel, like everything, that whole experience. And so we're going to kind of like work on that now. All right, cool. And so now, things have changed. They recently did something, but this is like an older version. I didn't have time to like redo it. But we're going to use the spatial panel class. All right, so it's just a building block that XR Blocks has for you because they're blocks, right? So they give you different UI elements so you can get it starting and to recreate them from scratch, right? So one of them is like a panel, all right? And you can more. And then we also have that, the lip sync was a little floating orb, so we're going to be using that. Now in the Vonage client SDK, remember when when Adrian clicked a link, like one of the quick replies, and it said something in there? That's using the Vonage client SDK's text. All right, so by putting in that client SDK, you now have access to that. All right, and then also there's the keyboard, which is the virtual keyboard. So that's a thing they gave you. How are we doing? We're doing okay? All right. What's up? What's, oh, sorry.
So she put in the key and the secret, but for some reason it still gave her
Wait,
the. She put it in, and then it threw still the Vonage authentication error.
Yeah. Where's the actual code? Right? What happened here? The code thing's not there.
We started over a third time because it wasn't working.
And this is Chrome, right? Where's your code? And why is this like this? Hold on, let me see something. Yeah, no, it's, okay, that's weird. Let me see if I can move this over. Okay, that's how it should look, basically.
Still throwing her that it didn't pick up the
Yeah,
keys when she entered it.
Well, no, sometimes there's just like a weird error. All right.
No, run it again.
Yeah. All right, put in your API key. Cool, and then put in your secret. Wait.
She's got it saved on this phone.
Yeah, there you go. All right, then put in a name. Wait, what? I don't think that is your secret.
Okay, so let's try. Yeah, I guess let's try to. You're right.
Yeah. The secret is the code, the pop-up that you got when you first made the account. Yeah, I thought that was it.
Yeah, we'll just make a new one. And so, where's your? I was going to create a new one. We're going to copy this. Cool. Confirm and save. All right. All right. Cool. Now, this one here. Not that one. This one here. Cool. API key. This one here. Cool. All right. And the secret was this.
And the placeholders we have correspond with what's over here. So a little bit higher, you'll see the first one,
Okay. Stuff.
and that placeholder is here. So he'll explain the lines of code.
Cool. And yes, you want to purchase a number. When you're in the U.S., it's going to search for a number. So it found a number. It's going to attach the number to your application. It's going to build out a bunch of stuff. Cool. There. Now you have the application running here. Command that. Cool. We're going to allow this. Cool. Now you got balls. All right. Cool. Now, what the hell is this?
Oh, it does that. You just have to exit it.
Oh, okay. All right. Cool. So now we created an account. All right. Did that. You had the money in your account, right? Yeah, you had to because it worked.
Yeah.
All right. Then we set up the application, which we just did. Now you're going to add the client SDK. All right. Well, you're going to need some other folders also. Let me add other stuff in here for you so you can just go ahead and get that worked out. Get this in for you, and that should be all the things you might need, I think. Okay. Oh, and then you also need this one here. Cool. All right, so now the way this is going to work is that, right, so you see this placeholder here, right? You find that here, right? So it's the same one, right? Load the Vonage client SDK. So load Vonage client SDK. So this is the code that you want to copy and place right. And then this. Wait. This is a window. This is Mac. What is this?
Chrome.
No, I mean this laptop. It's a Mac.
It's a MacBook,
Okay.
yes.
Command E. All right, and then you can Command S to kind of like format it.
Okay.
All right, and that's all you need for that. All right, so that's all you needed. You loaded the client SDK, and then now this is where we're at.
Okay.
All right, cool. All right, no problem. So everybody's at the Vonage call panel, right? Cool. All right, Vonage call panel. So what we're going to do is, so everybody's here, right? Everybody's on this page? All right, cool. So we're going to all the code we're going to be doing is going to go into the Vonage call.js. All right, so make sure this is showing. So it should be here at the top. Vonage audio call, I think it's panel.js. No, just Vonage audio call. All right, so everybody's here with the import stuff at the top. All right, cool. So what we're just importing Three.js. Like I mentioned before, it's a really cool framework to allow you to create 3D like animations and all sorts of projects. Here's XR blocks. So we have XB from XR blocks. So we're importing the actual library, naming it, so XB. So when you see XB, that's XR blocks. All right. Same thing for like 3. And then the lip sync is the little floating orb thing. That, and then the keyboard, because those are all the different UI elements that we used in the actual demo. All right, so we're just importing those. Now, remember those quick replies? So it was like, can't talk right now, call you back, and all those things. So those are quick replies. So we're going to set all that up now in the top. So we're going to set those right there. So where it says set quick replies, you're going to copy and then put it under set quick replies. All right, so that's what we have. So we have a label in the panel, and then what it actually says is the message. All right, so we have meeting, talk later, OMW, exclamation point, and 5 minutes. All right, and then we have the messages that go along with them. All right, so it's just like an array of objects. Cool, so those are some concepts that we're setting. Now, for the folks, when you in JavaScript, millions of ways you can create code or whatever, right? You can write your code. And one way is through classes. And so that's what we're doing here. So you export a class. And a class is just kind of like everything that you need for that, in our case, audio call panel. All right, so that is a class. So it has a bunch of different methods and different variables, everything all encompassing in it. All right. And so what we're going to do is we're going to export our class so another person can use it, but we're going to call it Vonage audio call, and then it's going to be built on top of this xb.script. All right, so xb.script is like the foundation for everything that you're going to be building. All right, so we're going to extend it, right? So that's what we're doing there. And so every time you do classes, the first thing you're going to have is like a constructor. And a constructor kind of shows all the different variables and things that you're going to be using throughout your class. And so you're going to set all that stuff up there. We call the super. It's like a method that takes all the goodness from what you're extending and adds it to your new class that you're building on top of it. So that's why a lot of times you just see super. So that's what that's doing. I forgot, it's like superimpose. I don't remember what it's called. I'm not going to lie to you. But you always pretty much have a super. All right, and then you see here, then we have the different variables we're going to be using. And here's this.client. We're doing a new SDK that we link to in our index.html. So because it just makes this so you can just use our client SDK. So we're doing a new instance of the Vonage client SDK, and that's what that's doing. So anytime we want to use the Vonage client SDK, it's going to be this.client something. All right, and then you can see we have setting it to null, panel ID. So these are all the variables that we'll be using. All right, and then we have some random Three.js stuff for the puppet face and everything. So that's all that. All right, so we're going to copy that, and then under create constructor, because you see the same placeholder. So under that, so make sure you're under create constructor, and then paste that. All right. Everybody's cool? We're good? Thumbs up? All right, awesome. All right, cool.
So all these variables, is that from the XD?
No, we're just making them up. Okay. So we're just initializing them.
Got it.
So yeah, so whatever you want to put in there, like you can create your own thing. But we're just going to be using these because you want your class to kind of know what it's going to be using. So you kind of like set it up in the constructor. So all the different variables and things that you're going to be using.
So you could have named those anything you wanted?
Yeah, you can make whatever you want, yeah.
Got it.
Yeah, it's just a little bit easier. Whatever you want, it's JavaScript. Do what you want. It's a great language. You can do whatever you want. All right, cool. That's why they have TypeScript to kind of like clamp you down, and I have feelings about TypeScript, but it's fine, whatever. All right, so now we're going to do the little floating orb face thing, all right? And again, that's a lip sync add-on. So here we're going to just do the create 3D avatar. You can see here we have the actual create 3D avatar placeholder. So we're going to create the avatar. We're going to see if there's already a puppet head, right? That here. You see puppet head? There's nothing there right now. There's null, right? So we're checking to see if it's already there. Well, if it's already there, you don't need to create it. So we're just going to return. But if it's not there, we're going to continue. I like console logs, so to kind of tell you what you're doing. And so I got this XR blocks like docs. And so this is like the face radius. And I think it's like 0.1 meters or something like that. It's just something I found in there. So if you want the face bigger, you can make that larger. And then the head is a Three.js group. I'm not going to lie to you and probably pretend I understand Three.js. But again, this was just in the docs. And so the head is a group of Three.js stuff that you're going to add to it. All right? So it's just as those that you understand, so that Three.js understands that this head is a group of stuff. All right? And then we're going to set the position of the head. X, Y, Z. All right? So X is 0, Y is xb.user. So xb remembers the XR blocks. So within XR blocks, there's different like constants you can kind of like pull when you want. And so there's user and then the height. I think that's set for like 3 meters. I'm not sure. But you can just pull that whenever you want, just have a constant. So you don't have to kind of like mess. But you can put a number there if you want. And so right now it's going to be, so X is left to right, right? So left is negative. So like from your center point. So left is negative, right is positive in the X direction, right? And then Y is up is negative, and then down is positive. Something like that. And then Z is weird, I don't know. Then Z is from you is negative, and then behind you is positive. All right? So yeah. Again, you can check out the different blocks. So you can see here, so it's going to be 0, so it's going to be like front of you, right? Like so like right in front of you, and then Y is the height. All right? So kind of like above you, and then Z pushes it out in front of you. So it's negative. So yeah, so it's like, so it's in you, X, above you, Y, in front of you, Z. That's why it's negative.
How do you know what those numbers are supposed to be?
I mean, you can just play around with it. You know what I'm saying? You can kind of mess around with it until something like. Okay. Or you can just, like the docs will tell you stuff too. So like, I think this just came from the docs. Okay. All right. So then here is some more stuff that's adding to the head and everything. So you see it adds all this face mesh stuff. Three.js stuff. Again, I got it from the actual docs, so you can play around with that.
What is Three.js? Is that like a...
So, oh, you know what? Let's take a look. So Three.js, what is the website? I think it's 3js.com. Oh, that is totally not the website. Damn it. 3js.org. 3js.org, okay. 3js. So yeah, that lets you kind of build out a lot of cool different 3D. So like this person here made all this in Three.js. Hopefully it loads and nothing breaks. So yeah. So you can get like, it's like there's courses, and so you can do all sorts of stuff.
And if you're into like computer aided design, there are a lot of that will let you translate into create like Blender, for example, which is a free software, into Three.js for you to spin your computer render on HTML.
Oh wow. Or if you're into gaming, for instance, I play Sims. If you like to create custom content, for instance, if you're like, oh, I want to see some braids, I want to see some like nice clothes and stuff like that, you can create a lot of that in a Blender or even Unity as well.
Yeah, so it's kind of amazing what you can do on the web. It's pretty cool. All right, so yeah, so there's the head. Then you add the head to the actual like environment. All right, cool. So that's what that does. And if you notice a little bit later, we're going to talk about what that stream is. All right, because the stream, you're just applying it to the mouth so it can like move and talk and stuff. Where is that? That's somewhere on here. Stream, yeah, right here. So lip sync mouth. We have the stream, and mouth moved when it spoke. So yeah, so that's all that. That's basically boilerplate code from the actual XR blocks. So we're going to copy that, and we're going to put that under create 3D avatar. All right. Cool. Now what we want to do is, so now that we created the 3D avatar, we want to have a way of removing it. All right. Here. So again, we're going to check if there's a puppet head. If there isn't one, well, there's nothing to remove. So that's what the exclamation point means, not. So if not puppet head, so then you return it. So if you don't have one, return because there's nothing to remove. There's no point to go through the rest of this, all right? But if there is one, if there's a mouth, we're going to detach the mouth, remove it, and set it to null. If there's a face, we're going to remove it, dispose of it, and again, I just got this from the XR blocks documentation. And then we're just going to remove the head and then set this dot puppet head to null. So that way, when we want to create it, it's null and we can actually create it. All right, so that's what that's doing. Cool. Then under remove 3D avatar, place that code. All right. Are we good? Thumbs up. Awesome. All right, cool. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to actually create the call. All right, and so we're going to pass in a caller name. I use just like a hidden, like modified phone of the phone number. If you have like a database and you match it to a phone number, then you can put like a person's name there. Regardless of whatever you put, I just put in like the, what do you call it when you redacted phone number? You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't want everybody to know my phone number or what have you. And so, like before, if there's a panel, there's no need to create one, you return it. You're going to return, all right? Then we're going to go ahead and use that same spatial panel. So we're creating a new instance, so a new XP spatial panel, and then we're going to set the background color. All right, and then we're going to set the position of before with the puppet head or with the other thing we were talking about. Then we're just going to add the panel. All right, to the actual environment, and then in that panel we're going to add a grid. All right, so you have the panel, but there's nothing in it. You're going to add a grid into it so you can start placing things. All right? And so within that grid, you're going to see here with that status text, which is, you can see here, we started off with incoming call from the thing. That popped up when I first did it, right? So we're going to put that in a row. Now, your rows and columns, like your rows should add up to 1, your columns should add up to 1. All right? Because like 100%. And so we're going to make this row or 0.7. So it's going to be a large chunk of the panel is going to be this incoming call from.
How did you get that number? You just get it from the doc? You don't know?
Well, you can get it from the doc, but whatever you want it to be. Okay. So if you only want it to be like half the size of your panel, so you decide that, then you put point. I want it to be where it's mostly the incoming call status text, because the answer and reject button don't take a lot of space. So it's 30% of it. So mostly the text, and then just the little buttons at the bottom. So you can make it 50-50, you can do whatever you want. It's just as long as it adds up to 1. All right, so that way you're taking up everything. And you say I set the font color to white, and the size is 0.08. Again, I got that from the doc, so you can play around with that if you want bigger, smaller. Because, yeah, so you're adding the text to the row, and that's what this is. All right? And then here, if you notice, we're update control row is going to be incoming. So we're setting that initially. Because when we first, the only reason why we would create the panel is there's an incoming call. So this, we'll take a look at that function later, but we're going to set the state to incoming because we have an incoming call. And that's why we're creating the panel. All right? So go ahead and copy this code and put it under create call panel. Good. Cool. All right. All right, so we created the call panel, right? Now, like I said, we want to update the control row. And the control row are where the buttons are. So when it first came in, remember it was the answer and reject button. And then when we're actually on the call, it was only the hang up button, right? So we're updating that control row based on the state. If there's not a grid, there's nothing to actually update, so we're going to return that. All right, so now if there's a control row, right, we're gonna like clear it out. So we're going to remove it and set it to null and then reset the layout. So just to kind of like start from fresh. Whatever's there, we clear it out, all right? To add a row to the grid. And remember, it was 0.7 before, so all we have left is just 0.3. So that's why this, because it adds to 1, all right? And then here, if that state is incoming, because remember, we set incoming here. So if that state, like see how we pass in, so update control row incoming, update control row state. That means the state is incoming. All right? And so if the state is incoming, that means we have an incoming call. We're going to put in the answer button. So we're going to add a column that's going to be half the width, so 0.5. And we're going to add an icon button. That says button. All right? And so us different icons that we can use straight out of the box. And so we're going to use the call button. So it's like the little, like upwards to denote that you want to answer the call. And we set the font size, and we set the background color. Like when you hovered over it, it was green. Answer the call. All right? So that's the answer button. And then we're applying a triggered. So when you click on it, it fires an on-triggered event. And we're going to set what that on-triggered event is. We're going to have it we're going to have it like fire the on-answer function, which we're going to get into. But we're just assigning this function to this event, the on-triggered, when it's selected, when you pinch on it. All right? So then we had the answer, but remember there's also a reject. And so that's what we're setting up here. And so it's just adding the column to that control row. Remember, we need to add up to 1, so it's 0.5. All right? And then we're adding the icon button is the call end. So that's what it's called. Same thing except the background is going to be red. All right? And then we're going to assign a function to the on-triggered. And so it was going to be on-reject. And we're going to look at that later. But for right now, we're just assigning the event to the function that we want to fire when it's triggered. All right? Cool. What happens is, so there's only 2 states. It's either incoming, and if you answer the call, you're connected. All right? So then we're going to have for the connected, and basically we're just showing the hang up button. And you can see here it takes up the full width. So the column is 1, because there's only 1 there. All right? And then again with the red background. So it's pretty much the same thing as the reject, but it's just you're hanging up now. And then we actually do the hang up button. We have the event, and then when that happens, we're going to do the on hang up function. You have to do this panel.update layouts just so that XR blocks refreshes. Because otherwise it'll stay stuck. It doesn't know to refresh. So you have to kind of tell it, hey, I want this new state to refresh it. So you'll see that a few times. All right? Cool. So then, yeah, so we'll and remember, place it under update control rows. Update call controls. All right? Now that we're able to create the panel, we can update the control row. We want to be able to remove the panel now, right? And so if there's a panel, then you want to remove it. So then remove the panel. And you're going to set all the different things to null again. You're just kind of like resetting it. All right? And then we're going to have remove the reply panel, which is the other stuff we'll get into. But this just is going to remove that. All right? If you have any questions, go ahead and just ask or what have you, if there's any questions. All right? So everybody's got the remove call panel? Yes? Oh, well, that's why we kind of did like the background colors of this. And I think you can change the actual color. I think it might be color. You have to look into the documentation. But like there's like the fonts. They're like, it's like here's background color. One of them was like, when we did the font, like here's the font color. You can like change the color and everything. So, yeah.
That's the code for red?
Yes, because it's RGB. And so FF, so it's 2, 2, and 2. So it's 6 digits. The first 2 are for red. The second 2 are green, and then the third is blue. So RGB. Full. So it starts from like 0 to F. So it's like 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, A, B, C, D, E, F. I think it just goes to F, something like that. And yeah, it's any combination. So it's all red, and the rest are just 0.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I get it.
And so that's why this one here is 0 red, all green, 0 blue.
Okay.
Yeah, because RGB.
That makes sense because it's for the answer button.
Yep.
See the answer button, it's green.
It was green. Yep, when you hover over it, the background. Cool. All right. So then remove panel. All right, so now we want to be able to show that keyboard that popped up so you can enter in your own information, what you want to say into the call. So here, if there's a keyboard, there's no need to show it, return. And then we're going to do a new instance of the keyboard. And we're going to set that, all right? And then we're going to position the keyboard. And then there's a event on there called onTextChange. So after putting things in the keyboard, you're going to have a text. And then we're going to set that text that the keyboard spits out to our current typed text. So we're setting that to a function that we can use, to a variable that we can use later, all right? Now, if there's a typed text view, because remember under text type, or something like type to tap, whatever the hell it said, below that, when you typed in something, that little header in that panel. So that's what this is doing. So that is the typed text view. So we're setting the text of that view to, if there's a length to what we're typing, we're going to set that to text. Because the text that we're typing has a length, right? And so if there is no text, the length would be 0. But if you put in like a letter A, well, the length is 1. And so this is saying that if that length is greater than 0, we want to put in that text. Otherwise, there is no text, and so we're going to have it say tap to type. So it's like a placeholder. So if there's nothing there, instead of leaving it blank, we're going to have a placeholder there. All right? Where's the thing at? OK. Cool. And then there's also the enter pressed. So when you hit the enter button, then it's going to fire off this send type text, which we want to take a look at later. All right. So this is just saying if the enter button has been pressed, fire off this send type text function. All right. So that's what that's doing. So that's basically just setting up everything you need for the keyboard. All right. So under here, show virtual keyboard, paste that. All right. Now that we were able to show the keyboard, what do we want to do next? Hide the keyboard, exactly. And so again, it's just basically, if there's not a keyboard, there's no reason to hide it, so we're going to just return. But then we're going to remove the keyboard, and then again, set the variable to null. All right? Cool. All right, now, instead of having to call either show or hide, an easier way is to be just to toggle it. All right, so that way you just call a toggle, and then it will decide whether, if there is a keyboard, then since it's there, you're going to hide it. If there isn't a keyboard, if it's like null or something, then you want to show it. So that's what this is saying. So if there is a keyboard, question mark, so keyboard question mark, if question mark, if it's no, then you want to show it. That's what that's basically saying. Cool, so I'm going to put that under toggle virtual keyboard. It's a little bit easier just of being able to switch between without actually having to check and then do all this other stuff. You just call the toggle, all right? Cool, and then let's see. Oh, all right, so now we set up the constants for our quick replies, right? Now we're going to actually be able to send those messages, all right? So here under send quick reply, you're going to pass in the message, all right? And that if there is a call ID, if there isn't one, that means you're not on a call, so there's nothing to send a message in. And then I have to have the console log here, because I'm a big fan of console logs. And if there's a status text, the thing that's that we set that 70% of that call panel, that's where the status text shows up. We're going to have sending, okay? And then remember that client SDK? Remember I said there was a speech to text or text to speech? So that's all the say function. So you want the client to say to the call ID the message. So like on my way, be there in 5 minutes. So that's what that does. And if that goes through okay, that means it's sent successfully. And that same status text that said sending is now going to say sent and the message. Because remember how when she pressed the button, it said sent the message? That's what that's doing. All right? But if there's an error, it'll give you an error. It'll let you know. All right? So that is sending the quick reply message. All right? So put that under send quick reply. All right? Cool. We're going to have to speed through this. All right. So now, so that was sending the quick replies. We want to send our own custom text. Okay? And so that's what the next one is going to do. And so it's going to set the text. Because remember we had that current type text before? When it came out of the key on text event or whatever it was, we set the text that came out of the keyboard into that variable. where we're going to trim off spaces around it. All right, so that's what the dot trim does. It's just a JavaScript function. And so it takes off any extra spaces on the front and end. And so if a person only put in spaces, well, then that's not actually like text. So you're not going to have anything there once you. So that's why we're going to return it, because there's nothing to say. And then if there's no call, there's nothing to actually say into a call, so we're going to return that. All right? Now, if those aren't satisfied, then we'll be able to actually, the same status text, again, we're going to send it to sending with the quick reply, and then the same say. So it's the same client SDK say, so the text-to-speech function, we need the call ID, so we know what call we're sending this into, and then the text that was typed into it. All right? And then the same thing is successful, and then we're going to set the keyboard text to nothing because it actually sent through. And then the same thing with the current type text. We're going to it. And then we're going to that same type text view. We're going to set that to type, tap to type, so that you'd already sent the message you put in there. So we're just kind of like refreshing everything there. And if there's an error, then we set an error. All right, cool. Copy this. All right, cool. So now we're going to actually set up the call panel, the reply panel that had the different quick replies. So like OM, what the hell I call it? OMW, exclamation point, 5 minutes, on my way, or whatever. So what we do here, that's the create reply panel. Here we go. So if there's already a reply panel, then we're creating a new instance of the spatial panel. So that's what it's saying. We're setting the background, the width, and the height of it. All right. Then we're setting the position of it, like before, and then we're going to add it to the world. So this dot add the panel. All right. And then we want to add the grid to it. And then this is just a bunch of math, just trust a number, because I made up a bunch of this stuff here. And so 0.06 is going to be the little header for it says quick replies in the panel. So it's like the header, it says quick replies. So it's going to be 0.06 quick replies, all right? And then I'm pairing off, because there's 4 of them, so I just wanted to make, use up as much space as possible. And then for each pair, we're going to add a row, right? And so we're going to have the row, and then each one is going to be in a column that's half the size. All right, so it's going to be 2 rows, 2 columns, all like evenly distributed out. All right, so that's what that's doing. And then on each one of those is like a button. We're going to trigger with the message that is along with that label. Because remember, we had label and message, right? And so for each one of those buttons, those quick replies, we're making a button. And then with the label that we got from the constant that we set at the beginning, the array, message that is attached to that. All right, so that's where that send quick reply is. We're calling that there. So anytime you hit it, it's going to fire off the send quick reply, which we set up before to be able to do the say thing, the client say. All right, cool. And then we're going to add another row below that with that talk via text. All right, so that's just another header. And then below that, we're adding another row where it says that tap to type. So remember, that's like the placeholder for whatever you press in the keyboard goes into there. Remember, so that if there was actually text, it would replace that tap to type. If there wasn't a text, it would say tap to type. So that's where that's showing up. All right? And then below that, we're adding another row, which is the action buttons. And so remember, and then we have the send button. And that's what that is doing here. So adding a column, that's half, and we're adding another icon button, like we did with the call buttons. Except this one's a keyboard that XR blocks gets you out of the gate with. And then there's the send button. All right, so those are, and again, we want to update the layouts of the panel to kind of like refresh it. All right, so we're going to go and copy that. Everybody kind of like following along so far? Kind of good? All right, cool. So create reply panel. Now that we created a reply panel, what do we want to do after that, be able to do? We created it, remove it, exactly. So that's the next thing here. All right, so we're going to remove it. It's basically we're going to hide the keyboard. Then we're going to actually just remove the panel. So it's just removing the panel from the world and then setting the variables to null. And then setting the current type text to nothing because, just kind of like cleaning things up. So under remove reply panel. All right, now, remember when we set the answer button to fire off that on answer event earlier? And then we had like the on reject and on hang up. We're going to be doing that now. So we're going to set those functions now. So this is the on answer. So when you click that answer button, it's going to fire this. All right, because we set it for the on triggered to fire this on answer. All right. And so in the client SDK that we're using for the Vonage, all the Vonage stuff, there's an actual answer function, a method. So that makes it simple. You just put in the call ID, and then you answer the call. And then we're going to update that control row. Remember it was incoming before? We're setting it to connected now, so call. And so it's going to change those two buttons, the answer and reject, change it to just the hang up button. That's what we looked at before. All right, so that's what that update control row, you're setting the state to connected. And then we're going to create the reply panel, right, with the state being connected. And then so here is the stream to be able to pass into the floating orb, all right? And so Vonage, when it connects to the call, it actually creates like an invisible audio element. So that's what you're hearing. So we're going to so if it's there, stream from the source. So it's like a stream. And then from that, we're going to get the audio tracks from the stream. So the remote stream is the source of that little audio player that's hidden, right? And then we're going to get audio tracks from the remote stream. All right. Put that remote stream into the create avatar. You're not really doing anything with audio tracks. I just put it there just because like it is or whatever. But you're just getting the actual remote stream and putting it in there. And now's the function, the create avatar is the function we created from before. And that's where the stream is coming up that you're putting into the mouth to move. So that's where that stream is coming from. All righty, cool. And then there's an error answering the call. So we're going to copy this. Cool, and we're going to put that under answer call method. All right. Now that we answer the call, we're able to answer the call. Well, we want to be able to reject the call like we did before. Right, so that was the other option. You either answer the call or you reject the call. One is doing. And so again, just like how there's a method, an answer method on the client, there's a reject method on the client. All right, so that's basically what we're doing. And if you reject the call, then you remove the call panel or you remove the avatar. So there's nothing, you know what I'm saying, because you rejected it, no need to show those things. So that's under the reject. All righty, cool. Now the last thing that we want to be able to do, because it was answer, reject, what was the other thing that we could do during the call? Hang up, exactly. And so that's what we're going to do here. All right, and so we're just going to, same thing, there's an answer method, a reject method, of course there's a hang up method. And so you pass in the call ID and then it just hangs up. And then again, you want to remove the other panels because you hung up, all right? So we're going to copy that, put under hang up call method. All right, now you may be asking when there's like an incoming call and all these things, right? So there's different listeners that you can set up on the, all right, so we're going to set up the Vonage listeners now. And so there's a call invite, so that's the incoming call, all right? And so with that, we're going to have the call ID, which we've been using to answer, reject, and hang up. So we get that, we get who it's from, and then we get the, because there's like phone and app, depending on if you're, like the call originated from an app, like another web browser or an actual iOS or Android app, from like a phone. And so in our case, it's going to be coming from a phone. All right, but we don't really use that, so it doesn't really matter. Okay, shut up. Okay. All right, my glasses are talking to me, sorry. All right, so now, so we have that call ID that comes from the call invite. All right, so Vonage, the call coming in, and with that, it gets you access to the call ID. And so we're going to set our variable that we've been using, this .call ID, to that call ID, so that we can use it in other functions. All right, and then I mask the number. So the from, I'd like the first like 6 digits or whatever, I just replace them with stars. So I'm just masking it. Again, if you have like a database of numbers, you can like look up a person's name and then you can pass it in, but I don't have that, so I just mask the number. And then I pass in, remember that create call panel that we created before? We're passing in that mask number, and that's going to set up all that stuff. So this is the incoming call that launches that whole thing. And it starts everything off. All right? And then there's different statuses throughout the call. And so like there's like hang up or connect, other things. And so that status text, that's where it says like incoming call from whatever, it will update to the different status I put in there. So it's just some more information that you get throughout the call. You can do whatever you want with it. And then if you like reject the call, so if you cancel the call invite, like you reject it, then this call invite cancel will fire. And then from there, you can see that you cancel the call. We set the call ID to null, and then we remove all the different panels and the avatar because you canceled it. And then if you hang up, this fires off, and it also basically does the same thing. So the difference between reject and hang up, reject, you're not on the call yet. Hang up, you're on the call. So that's the difference between those two. That's why there's two different ones. All right, so we're going to copy this. So this is setting up all the different listeners throughout the call. All right, so this kind of starts everything off. Cool. Now, so we can do all these things, right? But we need to be allowed to do these things. So we need, because we just don't want any random person to be able to answer phone calls in our application, right? So what we're going to do is, there is a server that I created that is kind of beyond the scope of this, the index.js. It's just a regular server, and it allows you to be able to hit the endpoint, the token endpoint, with the name. So this is just setting up a whole bunch of Vonage stuff here. And then there is the token endpoint. And so it's getting the name. And so it's saying a display name. If there's nothing in there, then it returns it. But then you're creating a user with that display name, right? So because you need somebody, a user, to be able to answer the phone calls. And then we're generating a token for it, and we're giving it different, like, and then we generate the token. We set it for like 24 hours. That's how long it lasts. And then we return it. So that's all that's doing here. We're fetching the token with the name. So we're creating the user. And then if the response comes back OK, if it's not OK, we throw an error. But if it's OK, we skip this. And then we're going to do like because it comes back as like a string. And so we're going to make it an object that we can use. And so that's the data. And you can see here, it's a token. It has our token. And that's why it's data.token. All right? And so then we have our token. And then we can use that token to create a session with the client that allows us to be able to listen for all those events. And then we get the call invite on the event. Then we can launch into creating the call panel and do all the other stuff we just set up. All right? So this is kind of letting you do that. And then we're updating the UI with the status text saying connected. But it's not showing there yet, so it doesn't matter. So, and then if there's an error, there's error connecting. All right? So that's what that does. So this is just connecting to Vonage through a token. And we're going to put that back under the audio call. So under connect to server, get token. Okay, that's just a little slow. All right, so there, cool. Now, we have all these things, but it's not going to do anything unless you initialize it, right? And so that's what we're going to be doing next. So under initialize, so I like to do a console log again. So we're going to set up the, because again, those are what allows us to be able to listen to different events, like call invite, which kicks everything off. And then we're going to connect to Vonage to be able to get the token to be able to create the session and be able to do all those things. All right, cool. So we're going to copy that. Under initialize, you're going to put that there. All right, if you look at the code, there's some other update thing. This runs on every like frame, and this is just for the puppet. Like when you like moved and like followed you, that's what this is setting up. So it's just, again, a bunch of 3JS stuff that, you know, I just found it in the thing and just added it. All right, so that's what that does. Cool. So that is panel, Vonage audio call panel. All right, cool. That was a lot. Now, I don't know if it's just me, but I could not figure out of the actual experience. Like I didn't know how to get out of it, so I just created like an exit WebXR. So those that like exit demo, that's what we're going to create real quick, all right? So what we're going to do is a lot shorter, so don't worry about it. But under exit button.js, all right? So it should be there, exit button.js, right? So make sure you're under exiting WebXR application instructions. So again, it's a class. So the first thing we're going to do is a constructor, and the first thing in constructor is the super, all right? And then we're setting some variables, all right? So here, we're just setting that stuff there. All right, cool. And then we're going to create the exit panel. So like before, if there is a panel, then you don't need to create it. And then we're creating a new instance of a spatial panel. We're setting position of the panel. And then we're going to like rotate so that, because if it's legible to you here, right? Like if it's there, and you just put it behind you, it's going to be backwards. So that's why. And so that's what that's doing there, is just rotating it. And then you add the panel to the world. And then you're adding a grid, and you're putting some text into the grid. That's basically it. And you're adding the orbiter, which is the little X that was in the corner. And so when you, so it's adding the exit button, and that's pretty much it. So when you click it, it will go away. And then again, we update the panels, all right, update the layouts. All right, so we're going to copy that. Create exit panel, or create the panel, or what is it? Yeah, create the exit button panel. All right, and then like before, we didn't initialize it. All right, so we're going to call that create exit panel button. Because otherwise, it doesn't know to actually run it. You know what I'm saying? So XR blocks will look for a init function. So it has to be named init. And so that when it knows that, oh, okay, I have this panel. How do I start it? Let me look for the init, and then we fire off these functions to get it started. All right, cool, good question. All right, so that is that for that. Cool. Now, we have these panels, right? But they're just kind of sitting there. XR block doesn't know about them. So we need to add them in that it can then go ahead and fire them up and everything, right? So what we want to do is we're going to put this in the main.js file. All right, cool. And so the same way like we're importing all these other things, we're going to import the panels that we just created, all right? So we're importing Vonage audio call from the Vonage audio call.js. Because remember, we export class Vonage audio call. So that's what we're doing here. And then so it's calling the export, right? So you export it from the file, import it into this file, basically. And same thing with the import exit panel. So below that, you place that there. All right, cool. And then we're going to, so now that we imported it, we need to be able to create instances of them. All right, so there's where it says add Vonage call panel and exit panel. It's towards the bottom here. It might be kind of hard to see. It is under, should be around line like 60 function, where we have the xb.add ball pit. So that is the ball pit shooting from your fingers. Another thing, if you want to look into that, that's a whole other thing you can look at. But we're going to add what we just created below that. And that is not what I wanted to create there, so let me copy this. So similar to how you new ball pit, we have new Vonage audio call, new exit panel. All right, cool. And now, time to test the application. All right, so go back to the URL, that your function here, and refresh it. Oh no, it saves, oh, my bad. It saves automatically. Yeah, I should have said that. Yeah, it saves automatically. All right. All right, cool. And then now I'm going to move this. So, all right, so if you don't know the number, right, if you look, I'm going to the example env, all right? You go to your .env. I don't know y'all, so I'm not going to show you my .env because it's very secret. And so it's under Vonage phone number. That's what you're going to call. All right, so I'm going to hide this. All right, so we have this here. Everybody's here. Make sure to refresh it. Yeah, so the .env, you should see a Vonage phone number. That. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and call the number. All right, so go ahead and put that number in your phone. Okay, yeah. Hold on. All right, so you have the number in your phone, right? Go ahead and go back to your application. All right. Make sure you refresh it, and then hit call. All right. And there we go. A little popped up. All right. And then you'll be able to answer the call. And there's the little floating head. All right. Anybody get a floating head? All right. What happened? So you got a floating head?
Answer it. Answer the call.
Yeah, just answer the call. How about you?
Might get a little feedback. There you go.
You got to you call the number. Did you call the number? So no, wait, no. So go there. So you got to go to the .env. No, that's the example one. There, and you call this number, the Vonage number. Call that number. All right. So everybody got like a floating head? Are you on the phone with your thing? Or? Oh, okay. I could just have a whole deep conversation with the application or something. Oh, well, damn. Okay, well, there you go. Well, she's the one that does like Python and JavaScript, so she's an OG. Oh, well, there you go. Damn. So you don't need me. Yeah. There you go. So just
Now you can answer.
yeah, press the answer. There you go. No, there you go. All right, cool. So yay. Oh, why are you outside? You're just all outside? You just totally left the whole place. So okay, you got it working. Cool. So yeah. So I think we're good. I mean, is it chat? How are people in the chat? Are they still around or I don't know? But okay. Oh, nice. All right, so I won't curse or anything. So everybody got it working. Yay! Congratulations. All right, awesome. Okay, cool. So real quick. So now that we got this, right? Now, so time test application. Let me bring this back. Oh, I almost showed you all my ENV. Ooh, that went bad. Okay, so let me bring y'all back up here. All right, so now that we got that working, right? Congratulations. Woo, we did it. Now, let's do some cool stuff. So let's create our own. So if you click here, so XR Blocks gave us a Google gem, right? Gemini gem, to where you're able, so right here it says create your own XR Blocks application with AI. Right click the give it a try and open it up. So it should look like this. So just right click, let me see where you at. Oh yeah, click congratulations. All right, scroll up. Oh, no, all the way too far. Keep going. Nope, go up. Keep going up. All right, so right here it says create your own XR Blocks application AI. Go ahead and right click that and open a new tab. All right, so now you should see something like this. It is a Gemini gem, which has all the information of XR Blocks in it. So now we'll be able to just use natural language to be able to create an XR Blocks application. All right, so what somebody want to do? Like what's let's brainstorm something real quick. We don't have a lot of time. Let's brainstorm.
All right, what virtual environment do you want to create on the spot? Come on, guys.
A zoo. All right, cool. So please create a zoo with what type of animals? With farm animals.
Okay, petting farm.
All right.
All babies.
Okay, baby farm animals.
And a tiger.
And a tiger. Just a random and a tiger. All right. All right. They all wear bow ties. Let's see what happens. I have no clue what's going to happen. All right, so then we're going to go ahead and create that. Let's let that cook a little bit. All right, so now we got all that going. Cool. So some information. So now if you want to export, once you're finished building what you were building, whatever, you want to export it to your own GitHub repo. I have this code here. So you'll be able to and put it, you can, like, there's like a bash command here, or you can press the plus button for another one. Either way, stop it. So you're going to have a new terminal. And you just copy this, paste it into here, hit enter, and it'll export it to your own. You can like share that later. That's later if you want. And then here, if you want to stop your code space, you're going to go to github.com/codespaces. So you open that in a new tab. And so you can see here, it will be like right here. you click the 3 dots, and then you can stop the code space. And you can also like delete it if you want or whatever. So you can do all that stuff, rename it, do all sorts of things here. But make sure you stop it. An activity, but you get a certain amount of time a month. So you can go ahead and just stop it when you're not using it. And what else? Oh, some feedback. So so if you want to leave us some feedback here, you can like open this new tab. And then you're able to like give us some stars. You can record like a 20-second like video testimonial. Then you can like leave us some feedback, like written text, and you put your name if you want, social media handles, and then if we use it like on social media or whatever, you can do that. But yeah, and then you submit the feedback and we get it and stuff. So that is that. So you can do that there. So that's what this feedback thing. So let us know how it went. And then again, if you want to learn more, you can check out our developer documentation here on LinkedIn, Instagram, Twitter, X. They have a newsletter like I mentioned before. We have a Discord. They have a Discord. So you can ask questions and stuff there. And the YouTube channel to I think the recordings of like this stuff is there also. You can check it out there. And you want to connect with Vonage, we have a Twitter, Blue Sky, and LinkedIn. And then if you want to ask questions otherwise on other things outside of this, we have our community Slack there. But for this, you want to talk about the hackathon real quick? Somebody? So yeah, so again, go into Discord to ask any questions. I'll be in there to answer any questions. And if this thing popped up. All right, here we go. We got a zoo loading up the app. It's the bow tie zoo, they called it. And here we go. Bow ties. That is awesome. And there's your tiger. There you go. Everything else is a baby, though. Oh, look at that little like chick thing there. And they can just run free, I guess, or whatever. So only up to here. So yeah, so there we go. Awesome. And you can like move around like, what was it, like WASD or whatever, So yeah, so there we go. So congratulations. You have a bow tie zoo. And it's just a starting point. And so, yeah. Let's see. Let me see. So let me go back up. Wait, stop. Go back. Nope, go back. Why won't you let me go back? Damn it. Hold on. Sidebar. Yeah, here, botanical joint. So this is what we created in DC, and so here it is. And then we added, somebody added, like if you click it, it adds more butterflies. So you can kind of see there's a lot more butterflies popping up. And then what is it, like this thing? So you can kind of see, you can like walk around and stuff there. And so it's like different, a garden of Lego flowers and what was it, like palm trees with coconuts? Yeah. And then some stuff. What? Oh, your question.
Yeah, how come I can't preview it? It just shows me the code.
Oh, there should be a preview. Should be a preview.
Where is it? The preview button.
Oh, that's weird. I think are you using, no.
It's a 13-inch.
Yeah, let me see here. No, you should see a preview. Scroll all the way to the top. Let me see something. Because it's showing you the code. Try, what does Create do? Like refresh it, and then maybe it will show up. Just refresh the page.
Okay.
And so let that load up, because it should show you, or not. Okay, damn. Use Flash. My bad. You should use Pro. So when you create, that I should probably mention. And so when you create the gem, make sure to use Pro. Oh, come on. Okay, nope. Okay, what? Okay, hold on. This here. Give it a shot. Here, give it a try. So when you create it, make sure to have this as Pro, the model, and then it should do that for you. You ask for, and just create a new one, make it Pro, and then you should be good to go. And then, so again, if you want to leave us any, that's there. And I think that is it. Anything else? Oh, you want to talk about the, whatchamacallit? Talk about the hackathon thing, prizes. Question?
Oh, my question was, if you're using the temporary credentials,
Yes.
when you like leave, could you just like try getting your own API key and just like add it?
Yes. So you just go ahead and just kind of like step through it again. So you just create another code space, adding your own things. And so so hopefully support will get back to you on that. Because I am nuking those credentials as soon as we get out of here. All right, so did you, we only have like a little bit of time. You want to talk about the hackathon thing?
Yeah, can you go to dialedin.devpost.com?
Yeah, okay. Dial, I just had that. Dial in. There you go.
Okay, now you all can see and the live stream can see. Okay, so who knows what a hackathon is? Okay, perfect, great, I don't have any hands. All right, so for anyone on the live stream, hopefully you're familiar with a hackathon, what essentially is a quick challenge. And so for this workshop series, we wanted to extend it and kind of give you all an opportunity to take everything that you learned tonight and with prizes, of course, kind of extend your creativity. And so I'll go through what this is, but essentially the tagline is communication reimagined. And so during this challenge, you have until the end of September to take a create something along the lines of maybe a WebXR experience, any other kind of experience. WebXR, I would say, is necessarily the requirement, more so the using the voice API from Vonage is the requirement. So get creative on how you would reimagine community. And there are a couple of lenses that would be helpful to think at it from. And so one of them being connection. So how would you so who gets to connect? How do they get to connect? In what ways? In what mediums? What are the things that maybe some people overlook when it comes to connection when it comes to different communities, different disabilities as well? You can think about it from the lens of play. So how do you redefine play? That's another way that people tend to connect and commune with one another. Also, access. How do you access communication and connection? There's a lot of, I think, assumptions when it comes to the ability to even use your hands or to even use your voice. Also, real world use. That's another lens that it would be great to think at it from. And so, apart from the fact that yes, it'd be great to build it, but who would use it and how would you get that out there? And so, think from the lens of impact as well. And so, it could be impact in terms of your friend group, thinking of it as impact in terms of your community, your social any community, honestly, that you're a part of. But I would think about it from the lens of what's a problem that I see that communication could help solve, and as well as technology. So in terms of what to submit, you'd be submitting.
Did you get a fidget spinner?
What at least familiar with
No, bro.
be submitting
Enjoy.
a project that you can take this, what you built today, and use that as a starting point, and then build off of it, or you can start completely fresh as well. But you'd be submitting a link to that project, a demo video. It'll be 3 to 5 minutes, literally just saying like, this is my project, presenting your problem statement. This is my project. This is the problem that I wanted to solve. This is how I use Vonage to solve that problem, and then a brief breakdown of the project. So you're create this project as well. So there are a number of prizes. We broke it down, one in terms of cities, so best in Miami, best in Atlanta. Obviously, we are all in New York right now, so you will be coming up against a lot of the people in this room, as well as people who attended the live stream in New York. I don't want you to think of it as a competition, more so think of it as like a class project where everybody has their things to do, essentially. See other people's projects. So like don't get nervous about it, but also don't get nervous in terms of like, oh, maybe this isn't super, like maybe I'm not super technical or anything like that. Like I said in the beginning, this is about creativity more than anything. And so long as you have that creativity, like the technical stuff will come after. Like we will be in the Discord. Dwane is also in the Discord. If you have questions on like, hey, how do I use this, or I'm running into this issue, our whole thing is we want to see you do your best, and that's really all it comes down to. And so long as you're being creative, so long as you're being open, I think you will do fine, honestly. So we do have prizes breaking down for different cities, but we also have prizes breaking down in terms of like where you're at in your journey. First time building anything like this at all, we do have the best first time builder award as well. We also have the most practical, useful build, and we also have the most creative use of the voice API. And so if you want to get weird, I would love for you to get weird. The weird.
Weird but legal. Yes, let's make sure it's legal. Yeah.
I would hope it goes without saying, but for sure we have to say it. So
Just in case.
get as legally weird as you can get, but I would love to see some really creative, like your dreamiest of dreams. I would love to see that. So it's hosted on DevPost right now. If you haven't seen our website, you can go to createherfest.com/events sign up if you're nervous. You're like, I don't know anything about DevPost, I don't know about hackathons. If you have like questions or anything like that, that is A-okay. Hit us up in Discord, hit us up even via email, hit us up in the comments, hit us up on social, whatever, what have you. We are there to support you and to help you. But also there are up to $5,000 in prizes. So if for nothing else, I would do yourself, if it were me, I would do myself a favor of putting myself out there and getting some bucks, you know, or if for nothing else, get the experience of being able to say, I built this thing, I learned a thing, I discovered, I designed, and I delivered. Okay, excellent. All right, but that's it about our DIALED challenge. And yeah, that was it. I hope you all enjoyed the workshop. Thank you all so much for attending. I hope that you all learned a lot. It was really cool watching you all kind of do your thing, honestly, and I hope to see you all, sign up for this.
And everybody was able to get, right? Everybody was good? Everything's cool? Okay, and feel free to go back and kind of like go through all the instructions and everything. I have a mobile version if you want to leave feedback, if you want to do it on your machine or whatever is, floats your boat, whatever's easy for y'all. And so, yeah, so thank y'all very much again. This is the final, this is the last one, so I appreciate y'all for hanging out and stuff. So thank you very much. And so, yeah, we'll make some noise for Creator Fest for bringing us all together. And make some noise for yourselves for coming out and building some cool stuff. All right, and get the hell out of here. So.